Good evening. Welcome to QUT Web News.
Good evening.
The Salvation Army's latest social impact survey paints a grim picture for those on welfare and the country's lowest income earners. Many are going without basic necessities just to pay for a roof over their heads.
The Salvation Army's annual survey found 86% of their clients are living well below the poverty line. Families suffering chronic emotional and financial stress fear being thrown out on the street.
The figures coming out of this report are distressing and very concerning.
Take-out accommodation and many families are left with little more than $16 a day to cover expenses such as food, medical costs, clothing and other basic needs. People like Alex Curry, who says he goes days at a time without food.
It's just a case of being able to have food for Chloe or the kids, or to be able to have lunches or breakfasts for them.
The report also found domestic violence is the biggest factor leading to youth homelessness. But it's not just the younger generations which are affected.
One of the biggest age groups growing homeless in the community is older people, and some of that is through elder abuse.
The state government says it's committed to taking care of our senior citizens.
Engage in employment opportunities, social participation, get around, real approach to health and well-being.
But for Alex, any help is appreciated.
20 cents, 50 cents, they're eventually allowed up.
The Salvation Army will be door knocking across the country on the weekend, aiming to raise $8 million, with every cent going towards those who need it most. Hannah Katatis, QUT News. The focus of the federal election campaign moved to Melbourne today, with both leaders in the same city. And the embarrassing gaffe of the day came from the government side. A Liberal minister accidentally praised the wrong leader.
The Prime Minister visited Richmond Football Club today to announce the expansion of an AFL mentoring program.
Yeah, Malcolm. Adam, see you.
His visit was focused on winning votes in the marginal seats of Deakin and Latrobe. The PM also ended a 2-year boycott of radio announcer Alan Jones.
People like you and me, for example, so we're paying a bit more tax. And
I'm not in your league, PM. I'm not in your league.
Pardon?
I'm not in your league.
Treasurer Scott Morrison will have tough questions to answer tomorrow after accusations of miscalculating Labor's spending by $35 billion. Finance Minister Matthias Cormann didn't help matters either, suffering an embarrassing slip-up.
Bill Shorten is very caring and very much in touch, and Bill Shorten every single day is promoting our National Economic Plan for Jobs and Growth, which is of course exactly what Australia needs.
Accidentally said that Bill Shorten is committed to jobs and growth.
No, Malcolm Turnbull.
Bill Shorten didn't miss the opportunity to pounce on the blunder.
I guess Senator Cormann's officially terminated Mr Turnbull's scare campaign.
He announced an $8 million investment in ovarian cancer research. Toby Crockford, QUT News.
Dairy farmers rallied around the country to protest milk price cuts. They say it's placed their livelihoods under siege, and they're not happy with new government incentives for the struggling industry.
A $500 million band-aid. That's what dairy farmers think of the new support package announced by Agriculture Minister Barnaby Joyce. $55 million has been set aside for low-interest loans before June 30, with a further $500 million earmarked for the next 2 years. $20 million is on offer to upgrade Gippsland's ageing irrigation system, while $2 million will be spent setting up an index to increase pricing transparency. But dairy farmers already wallowing in debt aren't looking for more loans. They want a 50-cent levy on every litre of fresh milk sold, just 12 cents more than a similar levy consumers currently pay on petrol.
That is a hell of a lot of money. That would get the farmers well out of trouble.
This farmer drove his tractor 350 kilometres from Western Victoria to deliver his message.
We need help to continue making feed and fodder and looking after these cows.
And it appears the farmers have the public on their side. More than 160,000 people signed this 16-year-old's petition.
Every signature counts, and it's one step closer to what we want to achieve.
It seems the battle over who controls the farm gates is far from over. Jack Remens, QUT News.
A new logbook app could mean L-platers won't stall trying to get their hours up, and they'll learn an important road safety message too.
It's the first of its kind in Australia. Forget paper logbooks, apps are the future.
This app is the first time a government anywhere in Australia has put the logbook requirements on an app, which makes it very user-friendly, not just for the students who'll be doing the driving, but of course the supervisors as well.
Students at Balmoral High gave it the thumbs up. They say the app is less hassle.
It'll be a lot more, efficient using it rather than the logbook. Yeah, it's just really tedious having to pull it out for 2 minutes after every drive.
And there's less chance to fudge the hours.
Actually, I think a lot of people think it's a lot easier if they just write down some fake hours.
It's not just learner drivers that are excited for the new app. Driving schools are also keen to scrap the laborious task of manually filling in paper logbooks.
Driving instructors echoed the minister, commending the app as a good step forward.
I am excited just because it's just making it more electronic these days instead of paperback. I mean, we are phasing out paperback, so it's going to be great.
The app also attempts to reduce the road toll by reminding learner drivers to stow away their phones while behind the wheel. The app is free. It's now available for download from App Store and Google Play. Joseph Byrne, QUT News.
There's a new way to encourage parents to get kids under the age of 3 active and outside. The Grow with Nature Play app has 99 different things to stimulate toddlers.
With 99 little ones ready to lend a hand, the Queensland government launched the app for Nature Play, a group that advocates unstructured outdoor play.
The children are our future, and if we can develop something that helps them to become healthy, to activate their brains, for them to grow with nature and to develop their linguistic skills, their understanding skills, that's a benefit for us in the future.
With Australians spending the most per capita on toys globally, experts warn they're wasting money and that nothing beats nature-based learning.
Parents have got this idea that all learning is happening in a classroom. That's simply not true.
With the majority of this generation being caught up in cell phone and other electronic items, this world's first play app is expected to bring them closer to nature. Parents and kids alike seem to really like this idea.
It gives us extra ideas when we're already out and about outside, just exploring outdoors and getting to know nature.
I like playing outside.
I've had a quick look at the app and I think it's tremendous.
The app can be downloaded on both Android and Apple platforms. Kinshu Jain, QUT News.
The Maroons Origin team is tonight firmly entrenched at their Gold Coast training camp. Coach Kevin Walters has included 2 debutants in the Queensland side named last night.
For some players, this was the biggest night of their career. A captive audience at RNA Showgrounds, waiting to hear who'll be in the lineup to take it to the Blues. In the mix, 2 young guns, Corey Oates and Justin O'Neill, joined a squad of seasoned players. After all last night's fanfare, today the pair set their sights on a Maroons victory. The barnstorming winger, Oates, comes in to add some size and grunt in the back line.
Honestly, just a dream come true, and the week that the boys have, they just said enjoy it, so trying to soak it all up.
2-time premiership winning centre O'Neill replaces former Origin star Justin Hodges.
The Maroons selectors have always been known for siding with loyalty and experience, and this team is no exception, with 14 players from the last series win getting a recall, including the struggling Nate Miles and Newcastle Knight Dane Gagai.
The Maroons are looking to turn around their form down south, where they've only won 2 of their past 6 games.
We put all of our energy into the next period of time leading into that game, and we'll see how we go.
Game 1 kicks off next Wednesday at ANZ Stadium. Charlie Hodgetts, QUT News.
Meanwhile, the Blues are bunkered down in Coffs Harbour. They've already got down to business with just a week to go until the first game.
Before heading north, the Blues bonded on board a luxury yacht on Sydney Harbour last night. Rabbitohs halfback Adam Reynolds is one of 5 debutants. He'll wear the number 7, but he needs to quickly gel with his new halves partner James Maloney.
We need to play to our strengths. We need to play how we want because we're the ones who are going to get hammered if we go no good. So hopefully next Wednesday there's a bit of praise and there's not such a hammering.
The two have never played together before, but they know they'll be targets for a Maroon assault when they take to the field at ANZ Stadium next Wednesday. Blues coach Laurie Daly is hoping his fresh, new-look team has the right balance to win the first round. Daly says he'll wait until later in the week to finalise the 17-player team. Joshua Cheadle, QUT News.
It was a disappointing day for Australian rowing, with both the men's and women's eights failing to qualify for the Rio Olympics. This is the first time in almost 70 years that we won't be represented in the men's 8 event.
Both teams needed to secure first or second place to qualify at the Lucerne trials, but the men finished 4th behind the US, Poland and Italy, the women 3rd behind Romania and the Netherlands. The disappointment was palpable, with both sides shedding tears.
I'm crying not because I wanted this, but the country deserved it. The guys in this boat deserved it, and that's the toughest thing.
Not since 1948 has Australia failed to qualify in the men's 8 event. The 2016 Olympics will also see the smallest fleet of boats and crews we've sent to a Games since Barcelona in 1992.
We have to reflect and we have to think about our sport and system and structures in general.
However, it wasn't all bad news today. West Australian Reece Grant will be heading to Rio after qualifying in the men's single scull. Isabella Pilbeam, QUT News.
Time for the weather. A chilly morning all around the southeast today, with Brisbane hitting 11 overnight. The sunny and Gold Coast had 24, whilst Ipswich had a minimum of 6 and a top of 27. To the nation's capitals tomorrow, Brisbane 29 and a sunny day with the chance of a shower in the evening. A shower or two for Sydney. Canberra still seeing chilly nights with rain forecast throughout the day, 14. Rain easing for Melbourne and Adelaide. Hobart slightly warmer than today with a shower or two in the mix. Perth can expect a morning storm and Darwin mostly sunny, 33. Around Queensland, we should see mostly sunny days for Cairns and Townsville with tops of 29 and 30. Rockhampton, Mount Isa and Longreach will hit the low 30s, whilst Mackay and Bundaberg will have sunny days and 28. Brisbane's 3-day outlook sees a sunny day with a slight chance of a shower in the evening and a top of 29. Friday, temps cooling to 26 and partly cloudy as we head to the weekend. And Saturday, expect a sunny day and temperatures dipping to 24, whilst winds will increase slightly. And that's the weather.
And that's all the web news we have for now.
We're back tomorrow with more QUT web news. Goodbye.
Goodbye.